Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Welcome to the Buccaneers Observer. This is Ralph Phillips. Mike's gone, man. I didn't think I didn't think he'd leave. I did not think he'd leave. What's up, Marty? I'm kind of in shock. I'm mad. I'm sad. I'm in shock. You know, I hate this time of year. I really do. From like the Super Bowl until the draft, basically. Free agency can be fun sometimes, but it just seems like the Buccaneers just always besides the Tom Brady, Gronkowski year, free agency just never seems to be that exciting for the Buccaneers. This one hurts, man. This is Mike. This is Mike. Big Mike. I'm going to say this, probably going to piss a few people off, but screw Mike. That's how I feel right now. I'm angry. I'm mad. He got, Molly sent me a text message and she said Mike Evans signed with the 49ers and she said 60 million. I thought it said 90 million. She said 3 years, 60 million, but I read 3 years, 90 million. I was like, oh, Mike getting 30 million a year. I was like, dang, I don't blame him. I'd probably go too. But then when I got inside, I was outside clearing some property. When I got inside and looked, it's 20 million a year. 20 million. We could have paid him that. I guarantee you we offered him more than 20 million to keep him here. And then plus he's got income taxes in California. Half his paychecks are going to be taxed heavily. So, he's not going to be making 20 million a year. He's going to be making about as much as he was making last year. He wanted to leave. I'm sure there was many reasons why he wanted to leave. And this goes into more of who I'm angry at. Todd Bowles. Angry at Todd Bowles. Dude, you can't keep players. Look at what happened with Devin White. Shaquille Barrett, Ndamukong Suh, JPP, Carlton Davis, Jamel Dean just left, which, don't get me wrong, very happy about that one. It's just like we got, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like nobody wants to play for the guy. I'm mad at the fans too. I'm mad at the fans because you heard what Rashad White said, which, have we heard anything about him? He made it a point to say, hey, fans, show up for your team, the home teams. Mike's been playing for 12, 13 years here at Tampa Bay. He had a couple years of really good success with Tom Brady. But, he plays to a home stadium that is a lot of away fans. I'm mad at Jason Light. How could you not pull this off, dude? How could you not pull this off? I'm mad at everybody. I'm mad at my dog. I'm in a puppy kicking mood, man. Rawls, what's up, brother? Tom, what's up, Tom? Rashad, long time no see. Rampage is happy he's gone. Rampage, you just want to blow everything up. Rampage. And we didn't get the Raiders edge guy. I don't have any notes or nothing. I was not prepared for this. Didn't get him. We did get some guys. We'll talk about free agency here in a second, man. But Rampage, you're happy he's gone. Was it because of the money? You think it's for the best, Rashad? Man, y'all surprising me. I thought everybody was going to be as sad as I was. He'll have a hamstring or soft tissue injury by week 4. He's not worth the money, and Todd isn't worth playing for. Dang. Yeah, clearly he was over balls. Yeah. I that 3rd and 28, that Falcons game, man, I think that's when, and he balled out in that game. He balled out in that game, and the defense just crapped a bed. And I think it was at that point he was like, I'm done. I'm done with this team. Mike has played with some crappy defenses. The whole Lovie Smith years, the Ciano years, over the top, getting torched there. It's got to be so annoying to put up a game like he did and then lose in that fashion. And there's nothing he could do, sitting on the sidelines. That's probably when he was like, yeah, I'm done with this team. I'm done with them. What's up, 90? Yeah. Yeah, I understand wanting to leave too. It still hurts though, man. It's like when your girlfriend leaves you. Mike Evans is my girlfriend. But here's the thing. I'll say this. I don't have many ex-girlfriends that I talk to. I'm kind of like, once you like decide, we're not good for each other or whatever, I'm done with you. I'm like, that's how I feel about Mike Evans, man. I know a lot of people like, I wish you well, and all that good stuff. No, I'm like, nope. At least he didn't go to an NFC South team. I'll say that. At least he didn't do that. He was probably offered. I guarantee you Dave Canales was trying to get there. I don't know why he would go to California, though. I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe it's because they just don't have any receivers there, and he knows he's going to be an automatic number 1 for sure. A lot of targets, probably. But man, those income taxes, I don't know if he knows what he's in for. I think they got the worst of all the NFL teams, right? Yeah, I thought he was worth $20 million. Tom asked me if I'd pay $25 million for him. I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Chris Cole, I know, I'm disappointed too, man. Sad, angry, sangry. Rawls, man, I feel you, brother. I mean, just there's no dog in balls. We're gonna have to trudge through another year, and hopefully, man, something will change. Hopefully, something will change. We said that last year, though. I think it got worse. Yeah, I'll be shocked if Levante David stays. His agent said he's either going to retire or he's going to come back to the Bucs. And they went out, we signed, what's his name? Anzalone. I like him. Y'all saw me watching game film. I was always like, man, this guy plays. He's a good player. Sideline guy. He, tough, pretty good coverage. And I was like, man, that'd be awesome if David will come back and have them two back there. 2 old vets. I mean, Anzalone's, I think he's in his 30s, right? Is that how you spell his name? Anzalone. Born in 1994. Dang, I'm old. He's 6'3". I didn't know that. All right, so if he was born in 94, somebody do the math there. Why don't they just say how old he is so I don't have to? 31. Okay, he's 31. Yeah, that's old. Oh, but Levante's 36. I did not realize he was 36. He's old, man. Uh, Mike Evans. Fire Todd. Marty Rules is started up. Is this the first day of the season? Marty's already started. Tom, no, man, I wouldn't want to play for Todd Bowles either, but you got to think of the fans, man. You got to think of the fans. See, I'm too sentimental, man. I get too emotional about these guys. Rashad said it's going to be funny when the Niners don't make the playoffs. That's funny. Oh my gosh. Then we'll know, right? We'll know. Rashad will be like, oh, Mike is a curse. No, I don't see this defense improving, Rawls. Now I'll say this: if we can get Cansey healthy, if he can play a year, give us a year, dude. Maybe miss 2 games. That's okay. Get him healthy. See what we got with that edge guy. What was his name? He got hurt last year. I liked him watching his game film. Oh, man. See, I told you, I am not prepared for any of this. Anthony Walker. No. David Walker. We got too many Walkers on this team. David Walker, yeah. Chris Braswell, what a waste. David Walker, like to see what he can do. Get some guys in the draft. We're going to talk about that a little bit too. Maybe, man. Maybe the defense can do something. We finally got rid of Jamel Dean. I'm glad. I didn't want to see him in a Buccaneer uniform again. Just over that dude. Craig, what's up? Are we ready for another dismal decade? Oh, please no. Please no. I can't do it no more. What do we do? We do 2-3 good years and then a decade of bad? Is that what the Buccaneers are going to do? Oh, yeah. Kate Otton's back. What do we give him? $10 million a year, right? It's kind of fascinating to me that we kept him. I was going to say if, because this offense evolves around Kate Otten. It has over the past few years. He's a 90. I called him a 100%er, but he's a 90+% snap tight end. That's amazing. There ain't too many tight ends in the league that play 90% of the snaps. He's a big contributor to this team, but he's not. He's not elite. So I was very interested to see if we were going to keep him, and now that we are going to keep him, I think we're going to, kind of have the same style offense. Why else would we keep Kate Otten? He's our best blocking tight end, so that's what we're going to do with him, and that's what he does most of the time, anyhow. So it looks like we're going to have tight end blocking going on again this year, 90% of the time. Overpaid $10 million. Yeah. I guess we're not going to get that tight end in the draft, huh? Tua went to Atlanta. Really? I haven't looked at any news, Rashad, except what Molly was texting me. I agree with you. guys. Yeah, Todd Bowles is a 10-win coach at best. He just doesn't have enough dog in him. Honestly, to me, it seems like he doesn't really care. He's just, I get the stoic attitude. I think it's garbage, but I get it. But to just, he had that one press conference, and all the years he's been coaching, he had that one press conference last year. I think it was the Atlanta game, where he cussed at the podium, and it didn't really fire the team up. Defense didn't play better, and that was the most fight we've ever seen in him. Some cuss words. He's not my type of coach. I want a hard-nosed, tough football. I love defense. I think we should get an offensive-minded coach, though. As we've seen over the past few years, if you get an offensive coordinator that's any good, they're going to get snatched right from underneath you. You might get them for a year, maybe 2, if you're lucky. So I'd much rather have an offensive coordinator as a head coach. I mean, we won both of our Super Bowls that way. And Todd's, he's a decent defensive coordinator, although y'all know I am so sick of this defense, tired of it. I was complaining to Molly about it today. Just some of the stupid play calls he does. And then, the whole soft zone coverage and blitzing at the same time. Dumbest, it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, I would have much rather gotten rid of Balls and kept Mike. Trey Hendrickson, Chris. Yeah, it's a good possibility. And I tell you, been talking with Rampage and Tom, doing a little bit of draft stuff we've been talking about. And I'm not too excited about any of the guys in the draft, especially the edge guys. There's one guy, I've looked at 14 guys. Here's my notes. Some of them, like 3 pages here. I got, and they're almost all edge. I've looked at 2 off-ball linebackers, Jacob Rodriguez and Sonny Styles. But I've taken all the top edge rushers and stuff like that, and I'm looking at game film of them. And I'll tell you, man, we might have to wait till next year to get a good edge rusher. Yeah, I'm sad he's gone too, Marty. I'm sad he's gone. Max Crosby, yeah, thank you, Tom. Man, I'm way behind on the chat. Okay, let me catch up with you. Mike Gunn's telling me. Right, yes, Craig, 100%. When Mike's not in the game, we struggle. We struggle. And I'm going to say this. I said it when we drafted Egbuke, and I made a whole video about it, but then I didn't put it out there. And I've said this all year long and everything. He's not a number 1. He's not going to take Mike Evans' place. He had some good games last season at the beginning of the year, but then just kind of fell off a cliff after that. But I don't think he's not going to take Mike Evans' place. And if they want him to be a number 1, I think we're going to be in some trouble, man. And y'all saw last year how we struggled, and then, Mike comes in and he just killed it. Mike has always been a stalwart. Craig, you're not leaving us, are you? Yeah, that 3rd and 28, I think that was what broke Mike. I think that's when he made a decision. He said, I'm not going to do this crap again. I am not going to play with a team like this again. Like I said, he played on so many teams with crappy defenses. Ooh, re-sign Baker. Oh, man. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, that's what I said, Joe. I said, Mike. Joe said, Mike is just a guy to me now. That's what I said. It's like breaking up with a girlfriend. I don't I don't keep contact with my exes, man. He dead to me. But that's the thing, Joe. He didn't, he would have got more money if he would have stayed here in Tampa. He's only getting 20 million a year. I think he's only got like 26 million guaranteed or something like that. I mean, I was shocked when I saw how low the number was. He wanted out of here. He wanted out of here. So Tua went to Atlanta, huh? Man. This is the time of year I have a hard time following football because I get so angry. I don't know if y'all remember last year I made a couple of videos about how, there's really not a whole lot going on until today. And you got these media personalities who have to keep getting the views and the clicks. And so they start writing these articles that are just garbage, and they'll make these headlines, these clickbaity headlines. Man, I get so mad. I do. I get so angry. So I just kind of back off of football news. All right. So let me see. Let me see what we got for free agency trackers. Raheed Shaheed, where'd he go? Tua went to the Falcons. That's funny. Oh, he got a 1-year deal, veterans minimum. Oh man, they franchised Kyle Pitts. 15 million. He's probably not going to be too happy about that. All right. Kenny Pickett, the Panthers, edge Jalen Phillips. Quarterback Caleb Evans. Long snapper J.J. Jensen. That's the Panthers. New Orleans Saints signed running back Travis Etienne. Tight end Noah Fant. Offensive guard David Edwards. Defensive lineman John Ridgway. Safety Julian Blackmon. And punter Ryan Wright. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we have signed running back Kenneth Gainwell. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about him. Tight end Cade Otton, we signed him. And linebacker Alex Anzalone. Running back Tyler Algier went to the Cardinals. Man, talk about out of the frying pan into the fire. Why would anybody go to the Cardinals? And, there's a few teams. I wouldn't go to the Jets, the Browns, or the Cardinals. Those are just garbage teams, man. Mike Evans. All right, let me scroll through real quick, see anybody else in the DJ Moore to the Buffalo Bills. That was a trade with the Chicago Bears, along with a 2026 fifth-round pick in exchange for a 2026 second-round pick. Okay, so the Bills got DJ Moore and a fifth-round pick, and they gave up a second-round pick this year. I guess they need a receiver up there somewhere, but I don't know if he's the guy. Quarterback Malik Willis signing a 3-year, $67.5 million deal with the Dolphins. Breece Hall, running back, got a franchise tag. The Jets, man, his life sucks. Max Crosby, yeah, he went to the Ravens. Trade with the Raiders. They gave up 2 first-round picks this year and next year. That's a little steep. I don't know what the Ravens are doing there. And man, talk about Bengals quarterback. He is in some trouble, ain't he? Like that. Every team in that league, in that division, has got a monster edge rusher, don't they? Asante Samuel, quarterback. He's re-signed with the Steelers. Jamel Dean. He signed a 3-year, $36.75 million. So he didn't get as much as he was making here. Was that $12 million a year? It's a little less than what he was making, if I recall correctly. $14 million. Yeah, okay, $12 million. Yeah, that's what he was making here. So yeah, with Mike Evans leaving, we got to pick up his cap space, man. We got to hit with him. I think it's somewhere between $9 and $13 million. I can't. That stuff's like impossible to figure out. If he would have re-signed with us, we could have spread it out a little bit more. But now we just got to eat it. All right, not a whole lot of running back David Montgomery to the Texans. That happened a while back. And the Lions got offensive lineman Juice Scruggs. Let's see. Alex Pierce is re-signing on a 4-year, $114 million contract. What? 84 million guarantees? What? Wow. Alex Pierce. Or Alec Pierce. Didn't see that coming. Jacksonville Jaguars ain't doing nothing. It's re-signing guys. Broncos just re-signing some guys. Kansas City Chiefs got running back Kenneth Walker, the third. 3-year deal up to $45 million with $28 million guaranteed. Travis Kelce re-signing. They're re-signing their stars. 1-year, $12 million deal. That's not a whole lot. Kwity Paye signed a deal with the Raiders, $16 million for a year. Linebacker Quay Walker to the Raiders. 3-year, $40.5 million. Damn. Not bad. Khalil Mack is staying with the Chargers. 1-year, $18 million. The Mike Evans trade is the biggest, or the Mike Evans signing is the biggest. Man, what are we doing? This team is making me mad. Man. All right. What do y'all say? Yeah, enjoy those Cali taxes. That's right. That'll teach you, Mike. Rampage. Mike can kneel for the anthem in San Francisco. That's funny. What's up, Broke Tackle? I'm way behind on the chat here. Atlanta with all lefty quarterbacks. Oh, good point. they're such a rarity, and it seems like they would be a good strategy, you know, to have left quarterback, because you know your defenses are designed for right-handed quarterbacks. But from what I understand, it's hard to catch a ball from a left-handed quarterback, especially if you've only caught balls from right-handed quarterbacks, because the spin is the exact opposite. Do you think he smokes weed, Craig Bowles? He acts like it, don't he? Well, we gotta play it better, and we gotta coach it better. That's like your opinion, man. So you think it was the hamstring issues? I don't know, man. I mean, he's always had hamstring issues, hasn't he? I think he just wanted to leave. I think we wanted to keep him. You know, because Jason Licht has always been proud of the fact that Mike Evans was his first draft pick ever. You know, and to pick a Hall of Famer in your first draft, man, Jason Light's got to knock it out of the park this year. He's got to, or they're gonna axe him, I bet. Him and Bowles, I think they got a 1-year leash. I'm not saying that Egbuke's bad. He's just not a number one from what I could see. I really wish I would have put that video out, man. I'm telling you, I really do, because I would have been so vindicated. But at the beginning of the year, you know, in preseason, I was going to put the video out, and then I was like, I'm going to wait till this preseason game and see what happens. And he started killing it. And then at the beginning of the year, he was killing it. I was like, man, I'm glad I didn't put that video out. I would have looked like a fool. Then by the end of the year, I was like, yeah, everything I said in the video it happened. It came true. Like, man, I would have looked like a genius. No one's better than Trey. I don't know if I've watched game film on him or not. I hope I haven't, because if I did, I don't have a lot of good stuff to say about him. I got to watch some game film on him. Craig, there's only one guy. I've looked at, like I said, a lot of the edge guys. I think I've covered all the top 15 edge guys and a few off-ball linebackers, inside linebackers. And there's only one guy who I would say is a first-round draft pick. And I'm not real excited about him either. He's okay. So, yeah, we might be in a pickle for a while here. It is hard to get excited about this team, man. You know, I don't get it. Yeah, if they get a bargain edge rusher like, gosh, see, my brain is not working. I'm just not in football mode. Hassan Reddick, yeah. But again, you know, I'll say Hassan Reddick didn't play bad. He just wasn't. He was, you know, just wasn't what we wanted. It wasn't what we expected. Yes, Tom, I see what you did there. Sonny Styles, yeah. J-Mac, I think McMillan could. We definitely could use some over-the-top stuff. And I like J-Mac, and I like Tez. I really like Tez. Tez showed me some stuff last year. I was like, ooh, he can do some stuff. Same problem that him and Igbuke both had was communication errors with Baker. And they were running wrong routes too. They ran into a few guys and stuff like that. But, typical rookie stuff. But I did like Tej Johnson. I thought he really showed some nice moves out there. We still got Godwin, of course, but, he's not a number one. McMillan could possibly, take the one spot. I mean, we got a decent wide receiver room. We need a killer, I mean, we lost our 50-50 ball guy, our big physical, throw it to me and I'll catch it no matter what guy. Jeremiah Smith, 2027 draft. Oh my gosh, Joe, if we can get him, I wouldn't be surprised if he went first overall, though. Well, no, that's good. That's a good quarterback draft next year, right? So in order to get him, how many? Hold on. When is the Manning kid eligible? I know I ask you all this, and then I look it up. And he's eligible this year. Yeah. So he will. There's going to be quite a few teams that are going to tank this year, try to get him. I bet. Yeah. So. Yeah, that Jeremiah Smith, man, he's elite. When I was watching a Igbuke film, and this is one of the things that, I talk about it. Sometimes guys will just pop out. You won't even be watching them, but they'll just stand out. And I love it when that happens. I love it. It's actually happened a couple times during watching this college football. I've got a couple guys who I really like that just popped out on film. One of them was a Texas Tech linebacker, but he's not eligible till next year. What was his name? Anyhow, that's what happened with Jeremiah Smith. When I was watching Igbuke, I was just like, what is this guy? This guy's incredible over here. Yeah, Styles will probably be long gone. And hopefully somebody in the NFC South will get him. Who needs Mike? We have Kenneth Gainwell. Oh, it's not even Gainwell, right? It's the other Kenneth running back. Was there a Gladwell? Got a bunch of Girl Scouts over tonight. They're practicing for a Irish dancing, thing where you do. All I care about is if this guy can pass block. I have to go back and look at my notes on him. I know I've watched him with the Eagles, with the Deagles, because we are losing with Rachaad White. I mean, he was an elite pass blocker for a running back. And we losing that. I assume, I haven't heard anything about Rachaad White. But of course, like I said, I haven't really been following stuff either. Yeah, right, Craig. That's true. I mean, the 49ers have been contenders every year, even with all the injuries they've had. You know, they've got that whole conspiracy thing about the power station there, substation they call it. You know, they think that the substation is right beside the the practice facility is causing players to have soft tissue injuries. But yeah, I mean, it seems like every year they're just decimated with injuries. And, you know, same thing with Detroit. You know, Detroit last year, or year before last, just absolutely destroyed with injuries. And they still made it to the playoffs and deep in it. That's the problem. Bowles is just not a he's a clipboard carrier. And I don't like clipboard carrying head coaches. Gainwell, he's a good pass catching running back, Rashad? Yeah. I guess if you're gonna go to the Jets, Browns, and Cardinals, they gotta pay you the big money. What's up, MH? Yeah, Evans leaving before Bowles is definitely insane. And I just you know, and that's one of the things about getting Enzalone is now Levante David won't be calling play calls. I think that was a huge problem with us for the past 2 years. You know, uh, so hopefully, you know, even if Levante does come back, Anzalone will be doing the play calling. Yeah, I like this time of year once since I've been a Buccaneers fan, and that was 2020 when we got Tom Brady and Gronkowski. Other than that, man, I do hate this time of year. Yeah, I'm the same way. If you're on the team, I'll support you. I've slipped up a couple of times here in the past few years. You know, I called for Bowles' head a couple years ago, and Jamel Dean, I was just over him. Uh, you know, I mean, I normally I'll call guys out for their performance and everything, but I normally don't like to say I want to get rid of this player or whatever. But Jamel Dean, I just couldn't. I just couldn't deal with him anymore. Yeah, that's these horizontal moves. I definitely feel like we've lost a lot here. I mean, you know no matter what you think, losing Mike Evans has bumped our offensive firepower down a notch. No doubt about that. You know. Yeah, hopefully we'll make some moves. I would like to see us get a veteran edge guy. Hendrickson, if we can. I want to look at some film on him. There's got to be somebody out there because this draft, just yeah. All right, I got to catch it. I'm just going to skip over a lot of the chat and go to the end here. So we lost Cohen and Evans for balls. Decal, man, you're hurting me in the heart. Jeez. Ugh. That's hard, man. And you could actually even say Dave Canales. Yeah, Dave Canales is a better head coach than Todd Bowles, I think. I didn't think he would be at this point. I'm telling you, Todd Bowles ain't getting better. How did we look? Kate, what's up? How you doing? Fire Todd Bowles. There we go. That seems to be the consensus. A lot of people are angry at Todd Bowles. I mean, Mike wanted to leave. There's no getting out of it. I mean, he's making $20 million a year in a heavily taxed income tax state. So he's not going to be making $20 million a year. He's going to be making like $15 million a year. And we would have paid him. I think we would have paid him 24. He just didn't. He didn't want to be here. He was ready to go. I think that Atlanta game broke him, man. I think he was just like, I am done with this team. I'm done with crappy defenses. I'm done with coaches, and, he's probably like, how many offensive coordinators has he gone through? We talk about Baker Mayfield. What about Mike Evans? He's been here 12 years. How many offensive coordinators has he had? Probably 9? I don't know. It's been a lot. And he's probably like, well, heck, if I'm going to change offensive coordinator, I might as well change to one that I know is good. I'm still mad at him, though. Like I've been saying, it's like getting broken up with. I don't keep in touch with any of my exes. They're all dead to me. That's how I feel about Mike. At least he didn't go to the NFC South. That's the only thing I can say. He did stay in the conference, though. Right? That's what, laugh. I did not think at all that Mike Evans was going to leave. Didn't think it. Never even crossed my mind. If right there, you might have been like, but very small chance. I mean, gosh, he's got his charity here. He's got roots here. His foundation. He's beloved by the fan base. He's going to be Ring of Honor. We don't have a lot of guys that do that. Let me see. We've had, I think, DeMar Dotson, Rondé Barber, Mike Allstott, Derek Brooks. All right, that's 4. Who else we got that have played their whole entire career here? And not guys that only played like 2 or 3 years. Gosh, it's got to be more than 4 guys, right? Ooh, I'm missing some people. Probably back before free agency and free trades and all that good stuff. When all that crap ramped up. There was probably quite a few guys, but we've had absolutely horrible luck with quarterbacks. Man. So, gosh, with Cade Otton coming back, I mean, there's a possibility that we won't use him the same way, but I don't think so. I think we're going to keep, Cade Otton in playing 90+% of the snaps and be blocking on 80% of those snaps. So we're going to try to be run heavy and then screen passes and all that crap. That's probably another thing too. Mike was probably sick of screen passes. Mike likes to go deep, mid-level, and deep. Because, he doesn't want to get hit anymore. Kate, you're going to start watching the Jags? No. Oh, yeah, JTS and Logan Hall. What's the deal with Logan Hall? I thought there would be some movement on him today, but nope. Man, I don't really want him back. Yeah, I don't want these guys anymore that are, works in progress or, these small school guys that we're going to develop or whatever. No, I want some dogs, man. Right out the gate. We need to. We got it. Like's got to hit it out of the out. He's got to hit it out of the park this year. You know, with both. I said it during the season. He's got to do it in free agency and the draft, and he's already crapping the bed in free agency. I mean, I like Anzalone. I like that. You know, I like that because if David does retire, you want a veteran linebacker back there, and Servase Dennis ain't it. I don't think we have anybody at linebacker, inside linebacker that I think is really starter material. But it would be cool. I'd like to see Anzalone and David play together. I think that'd be cool. Yeah, the 49ers injury bug. Yeah, there's some conspiracy theory they got going on. It's called the substation. There's an electrical substation near the practice facility. And they say that it's causing players to get soft tissue injuries. Actually, the team is supposedly looking into it. I don't know. Leroy Selman, yeah. Back in those days, most players stayed with their team, you know. Craig, you just gonna watch Bill games? Come on, man. I'm with you. I'm sick of watching his defense myself. He's got to do something. He's got to. You know, and is that why he got Zach Robinson as the offensive coordinator? Because Atlanta always picked apart his defense, so he was like, "Oh, I want to. This guy must really be good." Like, no, your defense sucks. That's what the problem is. Sign Tyreek Hill. Talk Antonio Brown out of retirement. See if T.O. has any gas left in the tank. That's funny. Could you imagine those three on a team together? That locker room would be wild. If we were just bad, we'd at least be looking for silver linings. It does feel like we're just going in the mediocrity. I mean, we're picking, what, 15th or 19th? What are we picking? Don't tell me. I'm going to look it up. I should know this. '15th. Yep. Smack dab in the middle. You couldn't get more mediocre than that. I guess 16th would be more mediocre than that. God, 8 and 9. How do we do that? How do you give Tom Brady his only winning season and still keep your job? I'll never understand that one. Antonio Brown out of jail. Yeah. Yeah. He's probably going to jail this time, right? Is he still in jail? They did arrest him. Let me look that up. I'm sure he got bailed out. He's got to be about broke, though, man. He was released from he was released on $25,000 bond. He's under house arrest with a GPS ankle monitor. Second degree attempted murder. He was not acting in self-defense. I saw that video. And it happened right after, I mean, the video came out like right after it happened, that same night. And he went from shooting that gun into a crowd of people and then just like casually walked into this live streamer's party and got on the camera and was talking crap. I was like, man, this guy has got no filter. He just doesn't. It's like he's living in a different world than we are. He was granted he was granted permission by a judge in January 2026 to temporarily leave South Florida for business purposes, including meetings and music studio sessions. Oh my gosh. Ha. Oof. Yes, we're all equal, but some of us are more equal than others. That's a good point, Decal. Yeah. Your A players will always lead the workplace if you don't coach out the low performers. Right. And Todd Bowles does it, man. He drives me crazy with that crap. Crazy with it. Uh, yeah. Devin White, perfect example. Uh, we got so many guys on this team that just aren't. I mean, I'm not saying they're bad per se, but they don't seem like they try awful hard. Like Kenneth Braswell. Uh, what happened to Zion last year? It's so weird. You get paid big money, then you just crap to bed. Sean Tucker, is he going to stay? Well, we didn't pick up his contract or nothing. So I mean, so we're going to be with Bucky Irvin and Kenneth Gainwell. Man. Hey, we still got Garrett Green. Tom, got you. Garrett Green. Teddy Bridgewater, are we keeping him? Don't know. But we got Connor Basilick. Keefe, are we keeping him? Don't know. Charlie Heck, we keeping him. Dan Feeney. Mike Jordan, Sterling Shepard. I think we should keep Sterling Shepard. I like Sterling Shepard. Hassan Reddick. I don't think we're going to keep him. Greg Gaines. I saw Greg Allman said that we are not keeping him. Kendall Vildor. Anthony Walker Jr. Man. This is going to be so weird. Could you imagine? I mean, if Levante retires and there's no Levante David and no Mike Evans, who will be our longest tenured Buck at that point? Vita? Think about that. Oof. Let me see. I'm just going to scroll through real quick. It's got to be somebody else. Was Godwin here? Was Godwin here before Vita? Yeah. So Godwin's our longest tenure. He's been here 9 years. Vita's been here 8. Man, we do not have a stable of guys that have been here a while. Good grief. Wow, we are shedding players like crazy. Man. That's it. That's it. Wow. Wow. That's going to be so weird. Yeah, I like Sterling Shepard, man. He's a dog. Is that what they're trying to do with Tucker? Get him cheaper, let him test the market? Rampage. Oh, man. Could you imagine if Tua throws 1,000 yards on the Bucks next year? They would have to fire Todd Bowles like right after the second game, right? They'd have to do it. Craig, I think I could too. I think I could too. I've watched enough Todd Bowles defense that I think I know what would be happening. To his head hurts. Greg Games, he's serviceable. Uh, we got so many just dudes on our team. I'm getting depressed. I mean, when you look at this team, especially now that Mike is gone, and you look and you say, who's elite? Who's a top at their position? Man, we got Tristan Wirfs. I'll put Gedeke there. I'll put Luke up there. It's amazing the turnaround he did. He sucks so bad at left guard. I'll put Baker up there as elite. Bucky had the possibility to be, but last year he just kind of crapped the bed, so we'll have to wait and see on him. Vita, he's elite. Gosh, man, I want to say Anton Winfield Jr., but kind of don't know what's been going on with him. Tyke Smith, he had a great year last year. Other than that, man, oh gosh, dudes, this is not looking promising. Todd Bowles' defense is getting close to Mike Smith's defense. Oof. I'll be honest with you. I think I liked Mike Smith's defense better. I mean, at least I understood what Mike was trying to do. Todd Bowles, he makes some of the most boneheaded calls sometimes. At least 4 or 5 times a game. I am just stunned at the bad calls. That's bad. That's bad. Kate could do it. Kate could throw 1,000 yards on us. She's never thrown a football before. I believe it, man. Because really, you've seen it. All you got to do is just throw the ball up, and there's going to be an open receiver down there somewhere. So, no quarterback fears our secondary at all. At all. And another thing, the wide receivers don't fear our guys either. I talk about that, how we just don't, it's not that we don't tackle well. It's we do not decleat people, especially over the middle. I know it's not much of a thing as it used to be, but still, you want guys to hear your footsteps coming. You're going to rattle them up a little bit. We just don't do that at all. None. Wide receivers are not scared of our secondary. Quarterbacks are not scared of them. They throw right at them. right at our guys. And they'll throw it right at a completely covered guy, which doesn't happen often. Usually they're wide open. Man, you can tell I'm in a bad mood. I'm just crapping all over this team. Ah, man. Man, we got a team full of just dudes. How did this happen? A few years ago, we were just elite everywhere. Every position group was killing it. Now I don't even see one position group. The wide receivers are okay. I think we'll be good at wide receiver. We really need somebody to step up and be number one, though. Who's it going to be? But other than that, man, we are not elite anywhere. Well, we'll see, man. Free agency, we got to fill some holes. We can't go into the draft needing defensive linemen, needing edge guys, needing a running back, needing tight ends. We can't do it. We got to plug up these holes, man. Crap. Well, I think this is the team Todd Bowles wants, bunch of athletic dudes that can do everything but nothing well. Is Lovie Smith available? That was some of the worst football I've ever watched. That was a hard 2 years. I was very happy when the Glazers got rid of him. I didn't think they were going to do it, but man, that was some hard football to watch. The hardest year to ever watch, though, was 2011. Man, that was bad football. Joe, are we going to be able to score 30 points a game this year? I don't think so. I don't know, man. We're hemorrhaging players. You played quarterback, Craig? I've never played quarterback. Is there a real chance Todd gets fired mid-season, Kate? Oof. That would be. I hope it doesn't happen, only because that means we're doing really, really bad. Oh, man, but there's some guys in the draft next year we could. What, Lawrence? What's up, man? Yeah, we brought the Super Bowl team back and still lost. That was very close. I mean, and that Rams team was really good. They deserved the Super Bowl that year. And go back and listen to my podcast. I don't know, was I live streaming at that point? I can't remember. A podcast. I said at the beginning of the year, I said Rams are the only team I'm scared of. I hope we do not play them in the playoffs. They were a great team that year. We were a great team. I know a lot of people crap on Bowles for that play where Cooper Kupp caught that pass, but I didn't have a problem with it. I had a problem with Levante David on that play. He pissed me off. I think it was his fault, but it's neither here nor there. Yeah, looking at this roster right now, I'm not excited at all. We got to plug some holes, dude. We have got a lot of work to do. Good thing is, offensive line is set. I do like our offensive line. I'd really like to see Graham Barton step it up this year, but again, he had a lot of new guys around him. He had a lot on his plate last year. Hopefully, Cody Mock and Bredesen and Luke and all them will stay healthy this year. We got rid of our strength and training coach, right? So that'll help. We got K Dot 30 million, 20 guaranteed. What do you think about that, Lawrence? Hendricks is still out there, right? You know, K Dot, and I don't have a problem with K Dot. And I think he's a tough dude. Uh, his blocking, it's not elite. It's serviceable. But compared to where it was his first year, his first year was really, really bad blocking. Uh, so, you know, he's made strides. But man, our whole offense evolves around K Dot. We use him we scheme with him so much. 3-year, 30 million contract, including 20 million guaranteed. So he's getting 10 million a year, right? Yeah, exactly. 10 million a year. Look at that. Wow. They just went 10 million, 10 million, 10 million. I think we said that that's about what he was going to get. And I was cool with that. I was like, yeah, okay. I mean, he's been playing a lot of football for us for very little money. I mean, he's made $7 million total in 4 years from us. So now that he's getting paid, it'll probably suck, right? I mean, not that he's elite to begin with. I like Payne Durham, I really do, and I was real impressed with the few snaps that we got out of Devin Culp. I did like Payne Durham though. I could very easily have seen us replacing Kate Otten with Payne Durham. But not going to do it, apparently. Average tight end, yeah, yeah. So he's serviceable. Yeah, I do feel like he might have a little bit more grit than other tight ends because he does take a beating out there. Like I said, he's blocking on every down, just about. And a lot of it's like pulling blocking where he's running full steam at somebody. You think we overpaid on Otten? What is the position group? That puts him probably in the top 30%, right? Let's take a look here. I think we did this last year. Okay, so yeah, he's 12th. Right? What we look at? Cap rankings, cash rankings. If we look at cap total, that's not what I want. Uh, There we go. I got it. Yeah, he's definitely not in the top 5 anywhere. Kyle Pitts got it. 15 million franchise tag. Well, there's so many categories now. It's hard to keep track of. You got cap hit, contract APY percent of cap, total cash, contract value, total guaranteed, 3-year cash, 2-year cash, guaranteed at signing, base salary, signing book. Good grief. These are just, so I'm just going to go with cap hit. K dot 13th. What did I say? 10th? Yeah. Or 12th? Yeah, so he's like mid. It's mid, right? We got extra money now. We don't have to pay Mike Evans. It takes 5 seasons on average to develop an NFL tight end. Really? So this will be his 5th year. Maybe he'll pop off. There you go, Joe. See, that's the attitude I like. Mike's going to watch us win this year from the couch. Why do you say that's a dig, Lawrence, that he went to the 49ers? I mean, it definitely seems obvious that he won it away from Tampa. Oh, be cool. I'm with you, man. My heart hurts. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Evans won't be wearing number 13 because that's Brock Purdy's number. So we'll see. Purdy might give it up. I don't know. I mean, Evans has worn number 13 his whole, through college and his whole professional career. Brock Purdy has switched numbers. So he'll probably give up his number. I bet he will. I bet Brock Purdy will give up his number. What do y'all think? Michael pay him some of that 20 million he's getting. I can't believe they signed him that cheap. 20 million. I was like, what? At first, Molly texted me and she said Mike Evans to the 49ers 3 years, 60 million. Somehow I read 90 million. I was outside, sunlight, I was sweaty. I got plenty of excuses. So I was like, man, he's making 30 million a year. Good for him. It's like, yeah, okay. Makes sense. Then I got inside, took a shower, looked it up, 20 million a year. I was like, what? That dude just wanted to get away from Tampa, man. What was Brock Purdy's number in college? 15. So he's been 15, 14, and 13. Yeah. He'll give up his number. He don't care. Oh, I know. Yeah, Joe, that's weird. I don't know if Payne Durham just has a knack of getting open or if nobody just pays much attention to him, but man, does he get open a lot. I'm talking about wide open where he's like standing there going, throw me the ball. Well, Tom, the reason why his career total is so low is because he'll be standing there wide open in the middle of the field and they won't throw the ball to him. What's up, Tampa guy? You think his injury is going to hurt him this year? 11 games this year. He's always played the majority of the season, right? Except I think last year was the most he's ever missed games in a season, right? What did he miss? 6, 4, 5? He always seems like he was injured. At the beginning of his career, he acted injured all the time. He actually cost us a game doing that crap one time. All right, so 2014, he started 15 games. 2015, 14 games. 2016, 16, 2017, 15, then 16, then 13, then 16, 16, 15, 17, 14. He only played 8 games with us last year. Man, I was way off on that one. Yeah, you might be right. Huh. He's going to go to sunny California, sit on the beautiful beaches, that beautiful weather, party up on his 20 million. Oh, my hamstring hurts. I can't come into work today, boss. Every team has to spend 89% of the cap every 4 years. I thought they had to do it every year. Remember that year? There was a year, it might have been 2 years. This was, I think, 2010, 2011, where there was a gap in the contract, the NFLPA, and teams didn't have to spend their cap money, and we didn't. The Buccaneers, we spent we were way under the cap. That's when we got Raheem Morris and all of our younger guys because we weren't paying crap. Oh, wouldn't that be something, Joe? NFC Championship game, 49ers at Tampa. We beat them. Anthony Nelson getting 3 sacks a year. Yeah, he's one of those dudes that, Anthony Nelson will have some great plays and then just disappear. He's not a starter. But I mean, he'll make some great plays. But generally, as a rotational guy, when you give him the opportunity to be the starter, he just doesn't do anything. Who else was like that? Somebody else was like that. Yeah. That's the Lawrence. If he would have went to the Panthers, I'd probably burn my jersey. That's a good point, Realtor. Yeah. It is. The heat is so brutal in Tampa with those practices. Dehydration. I've never been to California. I've always wanted to go to California. There's that Baz Luhrmann song. I went and watched that Elvis movie. Me and my daughter went. I took her as part of our homeschooling. I considered it American cultural history. We marked it off as a homeschool day. Baz Luhrmann, no, it was some found footage of Elvis, mainly at when he was doing his residency in Vegas. It was really cool. My mom was a big Elvis fan. That was actually my first concert. I got to see Elvis Presley at the Hampton Coliseum in 1972 or 74. I don't know. I've got it written down somewhere. Don't remember much of it, but I do remember a few things. My mom was a big Elvis. All the women were big Elvis fans. I was almost named Elvis. But, Baz Luhrmann, he had that song in the 90s, Sunscreen. And it's just a bunch of wisdom packed together. And one of them is live in California once, but leave before it makes you soft. Live in New York City once, but leave before it makes you hard. I've been to New York. Never been to California, though. I love tropical weather. I like 74 degrees. I can't stand hot. So I had a hard time with Florida. Florida's hot. Humid hot, too. It's it gets hot here for 2 months. I don't even go outside. Yeah, 49ers, the whole team is injury prone, kind of like us. Yeah, I like Anthony Nelson, but I like him as a rotational guy. I mean, he gives us when he's a rotational guy, he almost always gives us a good play. But when he's thrown in as a starter, he's always been like that. Yeah, that was my first thought. I was like, California. And at first I thought he was getting 30 million a year. So I was like, man, California, that's going to be probably 5 million in taxes every paycheck or every year. So he's really only making 25 million. But then when I found out he was making 20 million a year, I was like, man, he really wanted to get out of Tampa because he's making less money than he was making. He's going to be making less money after taxes than he was with us. Hey, that's a good point, Tampa guy. We did beat the 49ers and Seahawks without Mike Evans this year. That's something I'm proud of. And that was a great game. That Seahawks Buccaneers game, best game of the year. And I'm not saying that as just a Buccaneers fan. I'm talking about the best game I saw all year was that Seahawks Buccaneers game. That was a great game. I mean, those two teams really played well. They went toe to toe. We pulled out the victory, and we beat the Super Bowl champions. Now you got to be proud of that, right? What happened to us? What happened? I mean, was it the Lions game? Did we just get beat up? Was it the bye week? Taking 2 weeks off, or didn't we get a full week off? Something like that. Guys came back, they were soft. Something. Because I don't know. Week 10 against the Patriots, I think we played well. We should have won that game. We were the better team, I felt. But then the Bills, we just got stomped. Rams, we got stomped. Cardinals, we barely won. Then we lost to the Saints, the Falcons, the Panthers, the Dogs. Hey, man, don't even get me talking about this crap. We just collapsed. First part of the year was so good. Remember last year, first of the year, they were talking about we were the team to beat. We were contenders. Baker Mayfield was being talked about as the MVP of the league. And Bouquet was talked about as being the rookie MVP. Offensive MVP. Yeah, man. How did we collapse? What happened? I would love to know. Something happened. Because after that bye, man, it might have been the Patriots game. Because I felt like we played pretty good in the Patriots game. I don't know. Yeah, that was an amazing game. Amazing game. I loved the throwback uniforms and everything. Yeah, it was the best game of the year. As a matter of fact, I think of the top 5 games last year, 3 of them were Seahawks games. As far as games that I watched, Seahawks played some really good football. They made it fun. And I will say this. I talked about it for years, how horrible of a quarterback Sam Darnold was. And I was amazed when he put up the numbers he did at Minnesota. And then I was like, well, when you got receivers like that, any quarterback could be good there. Then he went to the Seahawks and lit it up, won a Super Bowl. Never in a million years would I have guessed Sam Darnold would win a Super Bowl. But he's really, gotten good at his craft, apparently. The Eagles game. Yeah, I know the 49ers were banged up. And then the Falcons, they were flip-flopping quarterbacks. The Saints were flip-flopping quarterbacks. God, the Panthers. How did the Panthers win our division? It's embarrassing. Hmm. Oh, they do have a good defense. I was impressed with their defense and their offensive line. Their offensive line is really good. No loyalty nowadays. What's up, Tampa? Yes. Yeah, it's a shame. There's no loyalty anywhere, you know, but it definitely in sports. I don't feel like the players have the same connection with the fans that they used to have, you know. I almost feel like they're all upper class now. You know, they kind of look down on us peons in the stands or the peasants. You think it was because Jason Light did? He never does. You know, and it is very frustrating. You know, his in-season uh, acquisitions are just never. He just never does anything. I think he's kind of a set it and forget it type of guy. Seahawks finally won a Super Bowl. Yeah, won it in their 50th season. Yeah, good for them. You know, I the Patriots. They just that was the worst Super Bowl I've seen in a long time. You know, as far as competitive is concerned. I think since probably about 2009. Yeah, see, yeah, loyalty is just not a thing anymore. It really isn't. Uh, you know, I kind of feel that way with, marriages. Me and Molly talk about it all the time about, how marriage is a contract and you got to stick through and be loyal and, there's going to be tough times and you might even have years of just bad. You just got to push through it. You know, you've made this commitment and do it. And a lot of people just aren't like that anymore. You know, it's just like in, just the loyalty. And, I see it in the media all the time, our pop culture songs, the, just honor and loyalty just is not a cultural thing anymore. Yeah, we're going to be doing the draft stuff here coming up. We've been watching a lot of footage. I took some time off just because I can't stand this time of year, and I'm actually been very frustrated with things. But we're going to get back on the train. Uh, been watching a lot of game film. Got some really interesting stuff to talk about with the draft. So we're going to be doing some mock drafts and stuff. I got to get coordinated with the guys. Yeah, we did this year. We definitely needed some help midseason, man. And we just rolled with what we had. And that might be true. I mean, might be the guys were just kind of frustrated with front office not getting them any help and everything. Don't know. Love to know it. Would love to know. Love the inside scoop on that. I'm with you, Joe. Yeah, I don't want him to do good. I mean, I don't hate the guy for sure, but you know, you ain't on my team no more. All right, I got to get off here. The girls are back, and we'll see what tomorrow holds for free agency. Things are going to slow down a little bit, but there's still a lot of moving and shaking going on. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me, though. Need to get all this off my chest. Mike's gone. We just got to learn to live with it. Never thought I would see the day. I never thought he would do it. Didn't make any sense to me that he would. He must really dislike this team, Todd Bowles, something, because as far as I could tell, he's taking a pay cut to go to San Francisco. I mean, between income taxes and everything, he's definitely not killing it. I mean, I thought he was going to get $25 million at least. I mean, he's making the same. Yeah, he's taking a pay cut. So, hey, whatever. It is what it is. We got to keep moving, keep trucking. He sent a message. I'm going to send a message too. We're going to win without you. I appreciate it, Tampa. Love you too, brother. And with that, I'm going to get out of here, and we'll catch y'all next time. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have something to talk about, and I'll jump on, and we're going to get prepared for the draft too. So if y'all got anybody you want us to look at for draft, let me know. If you throw some names out there, put them in the comments, or bring them up in chat next time, whatever. And I'm only doing like first and second round guys right now. So if you got some deeper guys, that'd be great. But anyhow, till next time, go Bucs.